Good morning, everybody. So today I wanted to talk about better together. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, a couple weeks ago we did an activity in our room called Visitors Day. And at Visitors Day, it's kind of our annual invitation bonanza where we invite people from all sorts of classifications of industry to come and check out what BNI Partners Excellence looks like. And one of the things I wanted to kind of follow up with, let me finish that thought. So for those of you who are here for the first time and were not able to attend Visitors Day, we had 63 people total in the room, and it was probably one of our larger Visitors Day of the more recent past. So the chapter did a great job inviting lots of people, and of course that momentum has continued into last week and into this week as well. So I wanted to just recap a couple of things that from kind of like the higher BNI level of effectiveness of professional networking in the way we do it. So those of you who are here for the first time and you've never been to BNI, or you've been to networking in the sense of it's open networking and it's just social in person, there's no structure, there's no meeting, there's no format, no tracking referrals. Today I'm going to show you some things that might not surprise you at all about this type of referral networking. This is a study that came from the Informational Technology Service Marketing Association, all about marketing, and 91% of people surveyed agreed that referrals were the most effective lead generator. And mind you, it doesn't say it's the only effective lead generator, it's just that it was marked as the most effective. I'd even take 50% out of all of these that are given here. You got online advertising, some of you in the back, online advertising, social media, SEO, paid social media, display ads, door-to-door sales, webinar sponsorships, telemarketing, etc. And everyone go, oh, Andy, that's so sad. Video marketing, 4%. This is a story from 2006. I'm just kidding. No, but 1997, yeah. Pre-cell phone videos. How many of you in this room would raise your hand and say you're somewhere between the 50% mark I'm saying I would accept, 50 to 91% that you think referrals are the most effective lead generator? Who's that true for? Okay, so most of you in this room. For BNI, referrals generating higher results. And we talk about this all the time too, because we meet specifically for the purpose of exchanging referrals. This is why we have a one-to-one process with each other, to get to know each other more, to build trust with one another, and then drive and generate business for each other. On average, BNI members generate, this is on average, 50 to 1 of their BNI membership investment. This is the average. So some of us might be a little bit below that. Some of us might be way higher than that, but some of us have to be way higher than that in order for the average to come out at 50 to 1, which is quite a pretty good return, as you can imagine, without me even having to convince you it is. And this average ROI of this average ROI, when compared to these others, is in line with some of the, let's say, the most widely considered biggest legacy methods of marketing yourself, such as like magazines, public relations, TV advertising, online ads, things like that. So there's still money here on the table. So in addition, before any of you might think, oh, okay, we're just talking about, BNI versus everything else, it's in the mix of everything else. So let me make that very clear. This is in the mix of everything else. I'm not going to stand up here and say, stop doing all the other things, because the other things are probably working for you too. The other things you're doing, whether it's door knocking, right, Paul? Have people blanketing, door knocking San Diego. Whether it's online ads or bus benches, it's probably working for you too. It's just, how does this fit within what you're working on? And this is the reason why. And most of us, it's been a while since we've seen this chart, but the bottom line is that more referral partners equal more member revenue. And we've talked about this in our drive, getting back to 45. How many of you were in the room in this chapter when we were at 45 members years ago? And it's going to be Miguel, Mark, Will, Eddie, Ramses, myself, Jason, Reyes Solano, Guy. Nuri, I think you were here too, yeah. So we know what 45 in the room looks like, feels like, and what those numbers generate as far as referrals and for closed business. So there's this kind of nomenclature we use, or this like saying, this slogan of, it's the double triple. So if you like double your room size, you triple the amount of referrals that are passed, and it's just because of the exponential effect of how many people that come to the room know how many people outside the room. So when you add like a certain number of members, you exponentially see the number of relationships start to increase and grow as well. So at 30, it's estimated there's 435 relationships in the room. At 40, there's 780, and at 50, there's 1,225. Now, the reason we generate so much business in this room is because of all the relationships that exist for us outside of this room. But when we show up in this room, those opportunities come in as well. So in case you haven't seen this chart in a while or this little diagram here, I wanted to be able to show this that, when we drive towards 45, which we're doing, they're using 50 in their number, which we'll be close to as well. But that's the potential of 1,225 relationships that exist for each and every single one of us in this room. So in closing, I want to kind of revisit our contact spheres where we have gaps in our industry classifications. Some of these are filled. This already exists in BNI world, but we have a lot of these categories open still. Graphic designer would be one of them. We have a painter who's visited us for 2 weeks in a row, a massage therapist over here. There's a lot of things that are still open in our room that I want to encourage you to invite people to come to BNI and check out. So I'm going to send this out today to our chapter list, and then you can kind of go to the last slide if you want. And any gap in here, I would love you to make a concerted effort to invite that person in June. And if they can't attend in June, then make that an invitation in July. Let's continue inviting people to come into our chapter and check it out. Let's use this industry classification list as a way to see any gaps we might identify. And then this becomes your little kind of task list for yourself to invite new people to the chapter. All right? Thank you guys. Mark, back to you.